So our topic for today, class, is for our singly beam design. So beam po tayo nakafocus. So we have two types when we are designing a beam. We have singly and we have doubly. So pag sa singly po, ang idea po niya is sa bottom bars lang po yung sumasalo ng ating tension. Diba? So discuss po muna natin. For example, meron po tayong beam. As we all know, nadi-discuss naman to sa ibang subject. Pag meron po tayong span sa isang beam, and say, for example, this is a simply supported beam. This is our side view. So, ito po yung tinatawag natin na end. Diba? Sa dulo ng beam natin, and this is also our end. And this is our center. Diba? So, gitna. Center. So kapag yung beam po natin, class, is syempre may self-weight, sariling timbang niya, and meron din siyang kinikerry na live load. For example, uniformly distributed load, what will happen to our beam? Yes po, same lang. So pag meron po tayong live load and dead load, syempre nakapatong, so total na is WU, diba? So, same pa din sa ating one-way slab na topic, di ba? Meron tayong design load for that. So, again, what will happen to our beam? This is just an exaggerated na drawing. So, it will bend. Bend po siya. So, yung bending po natin, hahatiin po natin into two parts. So, first, analyze po natin anong mangyayari sa center na part ng ating beam. So sa center na part po ng beam natin, so for example, this is our cross-sectional view. So parang hinati natin sa center, diba? So let us just imagine, no, kuha kayo ng libro dyan. If you will bend our book, and for example, kuha muna ako ng bond paper. Ito. So, for example, this is our beam. This is our side view. Diba? This is our cross-sectional view. Pag i-bend po natin yung ating bond paper, a lot of bond papers, so what will happen, sa top niya na part is in compression. No? Nako-compress yung mga top. So, pag sinabi po nating fiber, so isang bond paper, that is a fiber of our concrete. So total lahat, yan na yung cross-section. So in every fiber, in every bond paper. So kapag i-bend po natin siya, syempre is bending is downward. So sa ating gitna po is in compression, sa ilalim na bond paper is in tension. Ibig sabihin nahihila sa ilalim, sa taas po niya is nako-compress. So, kapag sa center yung ating ina-analyze, sa top is compression, sa ilalim is tension. And then, how about kapag yung ina-analyze po natin is sa ating end parts, diba? So, saan ulit yun? So, ito yung end part natin, and let us assume na meron po tayong support sa left side and right side. So what will happen kapag mabend natin to, i-bend, what will happen, as you can see, pag nakabend, ito po sa bottom part natin is, kumbaga, no, ito yung ating support is, natatamaan niya yung support. What will happen, it will cause a compression sa bottom side, and as you can see, pag i-zoom in natin, sa top side is, no, lumalayo sa support. So, ibig sabihin, nahihila pataas. So, baliktad. Kapag sa end part po tayo, sa top part is in tension, and sa bottom part po natin is in compression. Ayan. So, importante po yan. That's why, sa ating mga rebar sa beams, mapapansin ninyo, kapag sa center part, mas marami po yung mga bars sa bottom. And sa end part po natin, mas marami pong rebars sa top. Diba? As we all know, concrete is designed for compression, pero mahina po siya sa tension. That's why nilalagyan natin ng reinforcing steel for tension. So, center again is dinidesignan natin sa bottom. Pag end part yung dinidesignan natin is top. So, for example, in this drawing, so ang dinidesignan po dito is yung center. So, this drawing is for our center. Center ng ating span ng ating beam. So, as we all know then, nakalagay sa ating National Structural Code of the Philippines, when we create, kumbaga, a beam, yung pinaka-efficient po na shape is not square ha. Again, if you are a designer, pag beam, wag po sanang gumawa ng square na beam. Meron naman siguro mga square na beam but that is not efficient. Dapat po yung ating beam is rectangular. Yung base is dapat mas maliit compared to its height. No, this is our base of our beam and this is the height of our beam. So based then, again, sa ating National Structural Code of the Philippines, yung ating minimum bars is 2 sa bottom and 2 sa top. Actually, yung ating minimum is 2 sa bottom, yun lang. Pero kapag hindi mo lalagyan ng rebar sa taas, saan mo ilalagay yung stirrups mo? Diba? So, therefore, top 2 din para meron tayong paglagyan ng ating stirrups. So, yan yung ating minimum. Okay. So, that's why, diba, sa drawing natin, sa ilalim lang po yung bakal, pero syempre, lalagyan po dapat ng rebars na 2 sa top para may sabitan ng stirrups. Okay, proceed po tayo. No? Pag-usapan po muna natin yung ating load combinations. Ito na topic na po natin sa slab, pero ulitin lang po natin. So, kapag sinabi nating National Structural Code of the Philippines, yung mga medyo maraming binago is yung 2001 papuntang 2010 and then ngayon po yung ginagamit po natin is 2015. I don't know if meron na ba tayong mas latest pero I think maliit lang naman din yung revisions. So pag may makikita kayo dito sa notes natin ito 2010, that is also considered as 2015 kasi yung 2010 na NSCP and 2015 medyo wala po siyang kaibahan. Pero pag tinawag na 2001, yan po yung maraming changes papunta kay 2010. First example ng ating kaibahan is yung ating load combinations. No, kung kapag nagre-review ka ng notes ng inyong kapatid, ng inyong parents, no, for example, na engineers, pag makakita po kayo ng load combination na 1.4 dead load, 1.7 live load, that is 2001 pa po. Outdated na yan. Yung gamit po natin ngayon is 1.2 dead load and 1.6 live load. Yan yung palaging ginagamit, no? Palaging nagagamit, 'di ba? Dead load and live load. So, eto, outdated na to, pero again, nilagay ko lang para may reference kayo. Uy, bakit 1.4, 1.7 to? Okay, 2001 pala. So, eto na po yung gamit natin ngayon. Eto na po yung gamit natin ngayon. 2010/2015 NSCP. So, pag dead load or floor load, that is 1.4, 1.2. Ito yung mga combination natin. Kapag yung ating problem, nagbigay po siya ng wind load, so ito po yung gagamitin natin kapag may wind load. So, 1.2 dead load, 1.6 live load, then 0.8 na wind load. Kapag naman may earthquake load, ito yung gagamitin. So 1.2 dead load, 1 earthquake load, 1 live load. So ang gagawin po kapag merong different loads, isosolve mo po ito lahat. Then syempre kung sino yung mas pinakamalaki is U or tinatawag na WU. It's just the same, no? So kung sino yung highest dito sa pag-solve mo, yan yung gagamitin mo sa inyong pag-design. Unless otherwise stated na specific yung dapat gamitin. Okay? So next is yung ating design strength, also known as phi. P-H-I. No? Greek letter, no? From the Greek alphabet. So sa phi naman class, no, design strength, ito po yung kaibahan ni 2001 and 2010. Ang pag sinabing 2010, parehas lang po kay 2015. So kapag flexure, 'di ba? Bending. Flexure is also bending. Ang gagamitin po is 0.9, which is same naman din sa 2001 and 2010, 2015. Kapag compression, controlled, no, sa spirals natin, mostly ginagamit po to sa ating lateral ties or stirrups, ang gagamitin is 0.75. Kapag other compression controlled section, 0.7, pero sa 2010-2015 is 0.65 na po yung ginagamit. Next is shear and torsion. Na combination nilang dalawa, 2001 is 0.85, pero papunta na tayo, pag gagamitin is 2010 and 2015 is 0.65. Sorry, mali yung nabasa ko, no? 0.85 pag 2001, pag 2010, 2015 is 0.75. Next is bearing, di ba? Sa concrete natin, except sa post-tension. So kapag tinawag na post-tension, sa ano na po yan na topic? Pre-stress. So 0.7 kapag 2001, 2015, 2010 is 0.65. And then post-tension anchorage, again, magagamit lang po ito sa pre-stress na topic. Hindi pa po natin ito magagamit ngayon. 0.85 both 2001, 2010, and 2015. So again, run through po muna natin yung codes. Medyo mahaba-haba to. Then pag familiarize na po natin yung codes, proceed na po tayo sa application, which is our examples. So next page po tayo. Ayan. Ito po yung representation of our flexural members for our rectangular beams, diba? So again, this is for singly beam design. Ibig sabihin ng singly, kaya po ng ating bottom bars, for example, sa center, no? Sa bottom bars, i-handle yung stress. Kayang i-handle yung ating moment. Okay? So, eto, rectangular. Sa top is base, BW, yung tawag sa kanya. This is double layer na rebars. Ibig sabihin ng double layers is dalawang layers sa top and sa bottom. Kita ninyo. So, kapag ganyan yung situation natin, class, you need to find our center of gravity using Varignon's theorem. So, medyo mahirap-hirap siya, no? So, kapag ganyan, meron tayong D, that is our effective depth, also known as DE. So, papalitan ko siya, class. DE po yung ginagamit ko sa kanya. Then, sa gitna talaga siya. Pag tinawag na DT is yung center of our bottom bars papunta sa topmost. So, that is DT. Ito. Mabura siya, no? So, klaro lang po natin. Ito yung ating tinatawag na neutral axis of our cross-section. So, yung nasa gitna talaga ng ating rectangle. So, pag-usapan natin yung tinatawag na strain. Diba, alam natin to sa mechanics of deformable bodies or tinatawag na strength of materials. Pag tinawag po na strain, that is the deformation per length. Paano mag-react yung ating beam sa deformation per length? that is tinatawag na epsilon. Epsilon C sa taas, sa baba is epsilon S and epsilon T. Diba? Epsilon is also a Greek letter. Parang rho kanina. Epsilon. Lagay natin. Epsilon. Ano lang yan siya? Variable. So epsilon C sa taas, yung kanyang value is 0.003. Then yung height natin from the topmost layer papunta sa ating neutral axis is denoted as small letter C. So sa baba naman, hindi na po siya sa bottommost layer but rather than sa gitna ng ating bottom bars. So that is epsilon T. Klaro ko lang siya. Then sa gitna naman ng ating top layer na bottom bars, ayan. So that is epsilon S. So magagamit natin yan mamaya sa formula. So we have a lot of formulas dito pero mas maganda i-explain po natin kung saan siya galing. Diba? Galing po siya sa ratio and proportion of our triangle. Okay. So pag-usapan muna natin to, no? Galing sa ating strain diagram, ito po yung ating strain diagram, makaka-create po tayo ng formula for our strain. So, first triangle, para masundan ninyo. First triangle is this one. Ito, kulayan ko po siya. Itong color red. Ratio and proportion po tayo sa triangles. And yung ating second triangle, kukulayan ko siya ng color green. Ito yung mas malaki. So, di ba? Same angle sila, so pwede po natin gamitan ng common triangle. So, base natin is 0.003. Ayan, base. Ang height po natin is C. So that is C over 0.03. Sa kabila naman, yung ating height is dt. Kita ninyo? dt. Dito, punta dito. And yung ating base is epsilon t, ito, plus 0.03. Ayan siya. dt over 0.03. dt over 0.03 plus et. Diba? Kita man siguro, no? Then, as we all know, dagdagan natin, no? Fs, strength of our steel is equivalent to our Et times Es. This is epsilon t times, this is modulus of elasticity. E dyan na siya na E. Kaya is epsilon of our steel. Diba? So, pwede natin itong i-transfer. As you can see, i-transfer po siya sa kabilang side. So, kumbaga naging cross multiplication. So, C is equivalent to 0.03 times dt over 0.03 times or plus Et. Then, si Et, nag-multiply po tayo ng modulus of elasticity. So, naging ganito. Diba? So, nag-multiply sa top and bottom. So, 0.003 times 200,000 magiging 600. Kumbaga, same lang po itong formulas na to, nag-multiply lang tayo ng 200,000 sa taas and sa baba. So, yung Et is naging Fs. So, yan yung first formula natin for today. Okay, next. Proceed naman tayo sa tinatawag na Beta 1 from our 2010 NSCP or pwede din nating sabihin na from 2015 NSCP. So our Beta 1 depends upon the value of our Fc prime. Pag tinawag po nating Fc prime, that is the strength of our concrete. Kapag yung strength ng concrete natin is lesser than or equal to 28 megapascal, ang gagamitin po natin na beta 1 is 0.85. Pero kapag yung ating FC prime is greater than 28 megapascal, ito po yung formula natin kay beta 1. 0.85 minus 0.05 multiplied by FC prime minus 28 divided by 7. And take note lang, yung beta 1 po natin is hindi pwedeng mas maliit kay 0.65. So, pag solve mo nito, for example, ang kalabasan is 0. For example lang 0.63. Diba? So, dapat mas maliit siya kay, di ba? Mas maliit siya kay 0.65. So, therefore, use 0.65. So, yun ang note niya dito. At mas malaki kay 0.65. Okay. So, next, proceed tayo. Pinag-uusapan pa po natin yung strain diagram class. Wala pa po tayo sa stress diagram ha. So, Fs, di ba? Yung strength of our steel is equivalent to Fy, which is also strength of our steel na binibigay, literal, kapag yung ating epsilon S is greater than or equal to epsilon Y. So, i-compare po daw natin siya. Pero kapag yung ating ES is lesser than our EY, or Fs is equivalent to ES times epsilon S, kapag yung steel natin does not yield. So, ito is steel yields, ito is steel does not yield. Minsan naman po, binibigay kaagad sa ating problem. So, our problem indicates if our steel yields or our steel does not yield. Sir, what if hindi sinabi? Ikaw ang mag-i-investigate kung ang steel mo ba is mag-yield or hindi mag-yield. Diba? Alam naman ninyo yung yield, yung masisira. Kumbaga siya yung unang masisira. Pag sinabing when steel yield, ibig sabihin yung steel yung unang masisira i-compare kay concrete. Pag sinabing when steel does not yield, ibig sabihin unang masisira si concrete before masira si steel. So sir, ano ba yung mas magandang design? Dapat po kapag steel yield or steel does not yield, dapat po unang masisira si concrete. 'Di ba? Una dapat is yung cracks sa concrete. So again, ang mas magandang design po is unang masira si concrete before masira yung steel. 'Di ba? Pag makita mo yung beam na malaki na masyado yung cracks, so si concrete yung unang nasira, pero yung steel sa loob hindi pa po siya sira. 'Di ba? Mas delikado kung yung steel yung unang masira, no? Hindi mo makikita yung concrete na nag-crack pero wala na. Sira na pala yung steel, so ilang load na lang, wala na. Diretso bibigay yung ating beam. So, dapat yung concrete yung unang masira, if ever masira man lang. Okay, so proceed po tayo. Next is yung formula natin. Paano po ba na-create yung formula ng ating pag-solve ng bakal, which is our rho, di ba? Rho is the relationship or ratio of rho is the relationship of our area of steel and the area of our concrete. So, paano po siya na-derive? So, first one is our drawing or representation ng stress sa isang beam. So, take note kanina, na-indicate po natin na concrete, di ba? Nagpre-prevent lang po siya or kumbaga kinikater lang po niya yung ating compressive strength. So, as you can see in our figure, sa top side lang po, nakikater yung compressive strength and sa ilalim po is blanco. Kasi drawing natin kanina, top side is compression, sa ilalim is tension, which is yung tension is hindi kayang i-handle ni concrete. So, blanco. That's why nilagyan po natin ng rebars, mga bakal. So, point load na yung nilabas ng drawing ng hinahandle na stress ni rebars. So, again, ulitin po natin. As you can see in our figure po, pa-curve or parang parabola yung drawing ng compressive strength na stress na hinahandle ng ating concrete. So kapag isosolve po natin yung area ng parabola, medyo mahirap kasi putol po dito na side. So that's why, sabi ni Whitney, no, isang researcher siguro, no, hindi ko siya kilala talaga, ginawa po niyang rectangular or rectangle yung ating stress, compressive stress. So, paano po ba kinonvert ni Whitney yung parabola na area into a rectangular area? Sabi niya, ni Whitney, para ma-convert yung ating parabola na area, ang height po niya is small letter A. Paano kunin yung height na small letter A? That is beta 1 multiplied by our small letter C. O, saan galing yung beta 1? Kanina na-discuss natin yan. Beta 1 is 0.85 or etong formula na to depende sa ating FC prime. Saan galing si C? That is topmost fiber papunta sa neutral axis of our beam. So, yun lang. Hahanapin mo lang si beta 1C, multiply mo lang kay A. So, eto po yung tinatawag natin na compression na fiber or compression area. Papunta sa N ay compression pa rin na area pero kinonvert ni Whitney. Yung ating parabola is ginawang rectangular yung kanyang shape by Whitney. Ang height ng ating rectangular shape is A. Makukuha si A by multiplying beta 1 by our C. C natin is from the topmost papunta kay neutral axis. So, eto po yung tinatawag natin na compression block. Pangalan niya is compression block. So, minsan, sa board exam, tinatanong po, what is the height of the compression block? So, ang height is A. Yan ang hanapin mo. Next is the base of our compression block. Paano po siya kukunin? That is simply 0.85 of FC prime. So this compression block, etong rectangle na to is a stress. Pag meron tayong stress, kunin natin yung area para maging force. So multiply natin. Ano yung formula for rectangle? Base times height. Ang base po natin is 0.85 FC prime times height. Ang height po natin is A, then nilagyan ng B. Siyempre, per B. Ano yung B natin? Yung base ng ating beam. So this is our BW. So that is our capital C. Capital C is a force. Compression force. Type hello class sa ating chat box if you are still there. Pasensya, no? Parang 3 times tayo na disconnect or 4 times ba yun? Ayan. So, naririnig naman din po ako. Okay. So, yung compression block again, kinonvert natin into capital C. Ginawa po natin siyang force. Saan po siya nag-o-occur? Sa gitna ng ating rectangle. O, anong sabi sa ating statics? Pag meron tayong force para maging balance, no, equilibrium equation. So, dapat meron tayong compressional na force, meron tayong tension sa ilalim, diba? Which is because of our rebars na mag-counter sa kanya. Paano kunin yung tensional force sa ilalim? That is simply area ng ating steel or area ng ating reinforcing bars sa ilalim multiplied by our Fs. Saan kukunin si Fs? So, na-discuss natin kanina, si Fs is Fy kapag still yields. Fs is equivalent to Es times epsilon S kapag does not yield. So, dapat equal sila. Di ba? So, yung distance naman, ano yung distance between the two? We have total depth or depth effective, dE. Kita ninyo? dE. Minus, ito yung A natin and yung C, capital C occurs at the center of our A. So, A divided by 2. Diba? So, ibig sabihin, C times this distance is our MN, nominal moment. And also, T times DE minus A over 2 is also our MN. So, eto na. Ayan. Paano kunin si rho? Still ratio. Based sa ating figure kanina, equilibrium equation, dapat si compression na force is equivalent po kay tension na force. Paano kunin si compression na force? 0.85 Fc prime A times B. Base ng ating beam. Paano kunin si T? AS times Fs. Paano kunin si A? That is beta 1 times C. So, no, pinalitan lang si A ng beta 1 times C. Then, pag sinabi nating rho or steel ratio, that is the area of our steel divided by the base times effective depth. So, kapag i-transfer natin sa kabila, AS is equivalent to rho times BDE. Diba? So, eto, nilagay dito. Kita. And yung C, eto, sa baba. Ito yung na-solve natin kanina. Sinubstitute dito sa kanya. Kita? AS naging rho BD, si C naging 0.03 dt over 0.03 plus ET. So kapag hinahanap yung ating rho, no, ni-arrange lang po siya, transfer to the other side. So rho is 0.85 Fc prime, kita, over Fs times beta 1 times 0.03 over 0.03 plus epsilon T, that is dt over d. So, anong kaibahan ng dt over d? Sa ibang formula, wala pong dt over d. Gagamitin lang po yung dt over d or dt over de kapag 2 layers po yung ating reinforcing bars. Kita niyo mo? 2 layers. So kapag 1 layer lang po siya, wala po tayong dt over d. Hindi po siya lalagyan. Wala. Pag 2 layers. Pag 1 layer, so again, pag 1 layer po, imbis na dt over de, cancel out mo lang. Wala. Times 1 mo lang. Wala pong dt over de. Pag 1 layer, dt over de is cancelled out. Ayan. So wala po to. Okay. So proceed tayo. Ano pa yung pwede nating pag-usapan? Next is our nominal flexural strength. Discuss natin to kanina, no? C times our lever arm. So lever arm natin is DE, A over 2 or 0.5A, di ba? 1/2 is 0.5, so that is just the same. So equal din siya kay tension, tensional force times DE minus 0.5A. Next is our flexural strength. Yung MU. So pagkuha po ng MU natin, i-multiply lang po natin yung nominal strength into our phi. Saan galing yung phi? Yung napag-usapan natin kanina, design strength. So kapag flexure, ang gagamitin is 0.9. Okay, proceed tayo. Next is kapag sinabing balanced condition. Pag sinabi pong balance, ang Fs natin is equivalent to Fy, and yung ES natin is equivalent to EY. So kapag balance po, yung gagamitin natin na formula for our C, yung small letter C ha, na distance, CB, ibig sabihin C balance is 0.03 dp over 0.03 EY. And CB is equivalent to 600 dt over 600 plus Fy. Ibig sabihin, pag balance po, ito is yung ET, palitan lang po natin ng EY. Itong Fs, palitan lang po natin ng Fy. Binabanggit naman din yan kapag balance yung pinapagamit sa atin. Or, pwede din kapag sinabi na balance, strain condition, our rho B is equivalent to 0.85 Fc prime over Fy, beta 1. No, parang eto, literal, etong nasa loob na to, pinalitan lang ng EY and Fy. So, ayan, EY, Fy. And then, eto yung sabi natin kanina, kapag single layer lang po siya, yung tension ng bars, ibig sabihin ng single layer is, di ba? Ito, dalawa. Single layer lang siya. Hindi kagaya dito sa figure na dalawang layers. So kapag single layer, dt over d is 1, so parang cancel out lang po to. Diba? Yan yung sinabi natin kanina. Okay, next. Ano pa yung pwedeng pag-usapan? Next is pag sinabing tension control. No? What if sinabi sa ating NSCP or sa ating problem na if our section is tension controlled. So, dapat ito yung mga categories natin. ET must be greater than or equivalent to 0.005. C, yung height natin is lesser than or equal to 3 over 8 dt. Our rho must be lesser than or equal to 0.03 EY plus EY over 0.008 rho balance. Or yung rho natin is lesser than or equal to 0.85 Fc prime over Fy times beta 1 times 3 over 8 times dt over d. Pang double layer. Next, what if hindi sinabing tension controlled? What if sinabing compression controlled? So, ito po yung mga tatandaan natin. ET must be lesser than or equal to EY. C must be greater than or equal to CB. Rho must be greater than or equal to Fy dt over Fy d minus 600 dt minus d rho balance. Or rho must be greater than or equal to rho balance para sa single layer or off tension bars. Kapag sa Fy naman, if that is 415 megapascal, dapat ET must be lesser than or equal to 0.02 and our C must be greater than or equivalent to 0.6 dt. Next, what if sinabing allowed transition zone? So, ibig sabihin, kinumpare lang po yan. Dito sa ating right side is balanced siya. Dito sa ating left side is maximum. Ito yung maximum, ito yung balance. Diba? 3 over 7 yung balance natin kanina. So, pag-divide mo yan, 3 over 7. Okay? So, pag sinabing use rho maximum. So, ito po yung formula niya. 0.85 Fc prime over Fy, beta 1, 3 over 8, dt over d. Pag sinabing rho balance, imbes na 3 over 8, ang gagamitin po is 3 over 7. So, yan lang po yung kaibahan nila. And last, formulas. Ito, familiar na to na equation sa ating singly. Singly ba yun? One-way, ayun. One-way slab. Ginamit na po natin na formula. Ito mga formulas na to sa one-way slab. So, first, di ba, sa one-way slab, kukunin po natin yung MU. Moment coming from our live load and dead load. Pag makuha na yon, kukunin po muna natin ulit si resisting moment, si Rn. This is mu over rho BD squared. Pwede naman din tong formula na to, pero hindi ko ito medyo ginagamit, no? That is rho Fs minus rho squared Fs squared over 1.7 Fc prime. Ito po yung gagamitin kapag yung binigay is rho given. Ito naman yung gagamitin mo kapag yung given or yung masosolve mo is mu. So mostly ito yung magagamit, yung first formula. Kapag nakuha na po natin yung Rn, 'di ba? Isosolve po natin si rho actual. So yung rho actual po natin is equivalent to 0.85 Fc prime divided by Fs, 'di ba? Familiar na kayo nito sa one-way slab, multiplied by 1 minus square root of 1 minus 2Rn divided by 0.85 Fc prime. Okay. So same pa din. Sa ating one-way slab, kukunin po natin si rho minimum. Pero doon sa one-way slab, rho minimum natin is 0.02, di ba? Or 0.018, depende sa ating Fy ba yun? Or sa ating Fc prime, nakalimutan ko. Pero dito po sa singly natin, ang pagkuha ng rho minimum is 1.4 divided by Fy. Diba? So, rho act, you need to solve for that one. You need to compare it with rho minimum. And then, kailangan mo din pong kunin si rho maximum. So, paano ba kunin si rho maximum? Eto. Nakalagay na, 0.85 Fc prime Fy, beta 1, 3 over 8. So, eto yung mga conditions natin. Same pa din sa one-way slab. If our rho minimum, rho im, again, if our rho minimum is lesser than our rho actual, but rho actual is lesser than our rho max, same lang pa din sa one-way slab, use rho actual. Kapag rho actual is lesser than our rho minimum, ibig sabihin maliit lang masyado yung load na hindi na natin kailangan ng marami at malaking bakal, use rho minimum. May limit naman, no? Hindi naman pwedeng walang bakal sa ilalim. So, rho min yung gagamitin. Rho min yung gagamitin. Pero kapag yung makuha natin is rho actual, mas malaki siya, no? I-swap ko lang po. Kapag yung ating rho max is mas maliit kay rho actual, ibig sabihin, yes po, naka-record po. You can review this video pagkatapos. Kapag rho max is lesser than rho actual, ibig sabihin po, maliit yung inyong section. Ibig sabihin po, marami masyadong bakal yung kailangan, which is hindi na magsistick maayos yung bakal tsaka yung concrete, you need to redesign. So, ibig sabihin, pag redesign, balik ka sa pinakaumpisa. No? For example, yung dimension ng inyong beam is, for example lang 250 by 300. So, pero ito yung lumabas. So, dapat palakihan mo, siguro gawin mong 300 by 400. Or ikaw bahala kung ano yung pag-increase mo. Pero dapat palakihan mo yung inyong beam. So, yan yung process natin. So, kapag nakuha na natin yung rho na dapat gamitin, rho up, rho min, or redesign, punta na tayo kaagad sa ating AS. Diba? AS is galing sa rho equals AS over BD. So, kapag i-transfer natin sa kabila, AS po natin is equivalent to rho BD. So, kapag AS or rho, ulitin natin. So kapag Romin yung mag-dominate, so ilagay mo lang dito Romin BDE. Kapag raw actual naman din yung mag-dominate, so ang ilagay mo lang dito is raw actual times BDE. So depende kung sinong raw yung ma-accept natin. So again, our last formula before tayo mag-proceed sa ating example is number of rebars. Ang pag-solve po sa number of rebars natin is AS divided by area ng ating bar. AB1. Isang rebar. So, depende kung anong diameter yung gagamitin or pinapagamit sa atin. Okay, so that completes our formulas. After 1 hour, natapos natin lahat ng formula. Siyempre ganyan, no? We need to discuss first the formula before we apply the formula para malaman natin yung purpose ng formulas natin, saan galing yung formulas natin, and ano yung kailangan nating kunin using that formula. Concept dapat. Okay, proceed po tayo sa ating first example for today. So problem number 1, in accordance with the provision of 2010 NSCP. Pag sinabing 2010 class, again, same lang po siya kay 2015 na NSCP. So, the required strength U shall be at least equal to the effects of the factored loads below, where the effects of one or more loads not acting simultaneously shall be investigated. And yung sabi natin kanina, di ba? We need to investigate first pag maraming binigay na loads like imbes na dead load tsaka live load lang, merong kasaling wind load and earthquake load and any other loads. Dapat investigate natin sino sa kanila yung ating gagamitin. So for example, results from elastic analysis of concrete beam yields the following values of the unfactored service moment. So dead load is 50 kilonewton times meter. Live load natin is 80 kilonewton meter. Wind load is 60 kilonewton meter. And earthquake moment load is 100 kilonewton meter. So binigyan po tayo ng steel protective covering, yung CC natin, no? Na-discuss natin yan last time. Clear cover, no? To the centroid of the steel group. So ito po is hindi siya clear cover. Yung ibig sabihin po niya dito is from the outermost fiber. For example, ito yung rebars natin. So from the outermost fiber papunta sa center ng ating steel reinforcing bar, that is 75 mm. So hindi siya clear cover. Ano pa? FC prime is equivalent to 28 megapascal. Fy is 415 megapascal. Assume bars to be placed in one layer only. So ang request niya, one layer lang po daw. Hindi po siya 2 layers. Kagaya nito. No? Hindi po daw siya ganito. 2 layers. Ayan, sa wakas, hindi na nadi-disconnect. Pero ubos din yung data ko nito. Sige lang, para matapos lang tayo. So determine the following. Number 1, the value of factored moment, kilonewton times meter, that will be used in designing the member. Number 2 is the required beam dimension using the maximum allowable reinforcement ratio. So take note, sabi na maximum allowable reinforcement ratio. So ang pinapagamit po sa atin is ROMAX na tension control. So nag-request siya. So then sa number 3 po natin, the number of pieces of 28 mm tension bars for the above condition, ibig sabihin using ROMAX tension control, if yung beam width po natin is 275 mm. So nag-request din po siya, yung base or width ng ating beam is 275 mm. Okay, let's start. First thing, hanapin po natin yung MU. Diba? Na-discuss natin, U is also known as MU. So for number 1, MU po natin is equivalent to, we need to solve itong 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 5 bitaw, no? 5 na combination. Pero para madali po tayo, i-crash out ko na po yung mga obvious na maliit yung lalabas. So, syempre, 1.4 dead load, isa lang siya, maliit yan. Next is 1.2 dead load, live load. Maliit lang po yan kasi meron tayong wind load tsaka earthquake load. So, automatic, mas maliit yan, no? Kasi wala siyang earthquake and wind load. Then, eto, cash out ko rin, dead load tsaka wind load. So, tansya ko, nandito yung malaki. Sir, what if hindi ka sure? So, pag hindi ka sure, solve mo tong 5. Pero ako, medyo sure ako na nandito sa dalawa yung malaki. So, dalawa na lang po yung isosolve ko. Okay? So, first thing is 1.2 dead load plus 1.6 live load plus 0.8 wind load. So, I hope that you have your calculators there. Please help me calculate this one. MU is equivalent to 1.2. Dead load po natin is 50. Plus 1.6. Live load po natin is 80. Plus 0.8. Wind load po natin is 60. Okay, calculator po. What is our MU using this factored load? Yan, pwedeng humabol ha. Yan. 236, that's correct, kilonewton meter. Siyempre, compare natin. How about kung ang gagamitin po natin na factored load na combination is 1.2 dead load plus 1.0 earthquake load plus 1.0 live load. So, substitute po natin. MU is equivalent to 1.2 times 50 plus 1.0. Ano yung earthquake load natin? 100 plus 1.0. Yes, pwedeng umabol. That is equivalent to 240 kilonewton meter. Based on our analysis, sino po yung gagamitin? Yung first natin na combination or yung second combination? Type sa ating chat box. First or second? Yes, that is correct. Second combination kasi siya yung mas critical, kasi siya yung mas malaki. 1 point. Next, proceed po tayo. Number 2, the required beam dimension. So baliktad, no? Hindi tayo binigyan ng dimension. Kukunin po muna natin si Rho max, then kukunin natin si Rho BD. Iko-compare natin doon kung saan dito sa 4 yung pinakamagandang gagamitin. Okay ba? Parang baliktad yung gagawin po natin. So for number 2, nakuha na po natin kay number 1, yung MU natin is 240 kilonewton meter. Diba? Then yung pinapagamit po sa atin is Rho maximum na tension control. So, tingnan natin sa formula. Eto. Where are you? Rho max. Eto. Rho max na tension control is 0.85 FC prime over Fy. Beta 1 times 3 over 8. Cancel out natin si dt over d kasi ang gusto niya is 1 layer lang. So, lagay natin yung formula. 0.85 FC prime divided by Fy. Beta 1, 3 over 8. Ayan. So, next is pag-usapan natin yung beta 1. No, take note. Solve natin si beta 1. Kanina, napag-usapan natin, ang beta 1 natin is 0.85 kapag lesser than or equal to 28 megapascal yung ating FC prime. So, based dito sa ating problem, ayan, sakto. Ang binigay na FC prime is 28 MPa. So, ang gagamitin natin, use beta 1 is 0.85. Substitute po natin, paki-calculator po, 0.85. FC prime natin is 28 divided by Fy for 15. Beta 1 is 0.85 times 3 over 8. Ayan. What is our Romax tension control? Ano? 5 decimal places. Para sure, no? Basta raw class, medyo ano yan? Ano yan? Medyo kailangan po natin ng maraming decimal places. So, 5, 0.01828. Thank you for that. Pag may Romax tayo, again, yung hinahanap natin is dimension. So, pabaliktad yung pag-solve natin. So, formula for our rho. Rho actual yung gagamitin natin class ha, pero i-substitute natin si Romax. So, rho is equivalent to 0.85. Again, yung formula natin ni rho actual is this one. Sulat natin siya. 0.85 FC prime divided by Fy multiplied by 1 minus square root of 1 minus 2Rn divided by 0.85 FC prime. So, Rn po muna yung kukunin natin. So, substitute natin. Romax i-equate natin kay Rhoac. No? That's why isa-substitute natin siya dito. So, 0.01828 times is equivalent to, shift solve natin to, 85, 28 divided by 415, 0. Ay, saan ako napunta? Times 1 minus square root of 1 minus 2 Rn divided by 0.85 times 28. Ayan, shift solve class. What is our Rn? Then, siguro 3 decimal places, okay na yan. Hindi naman masyadong maselan yung Rn natin. 6 point, yes, that's correct. 6.377. Pwede mo din gawing 5. That is just the same. Next, Rn, pabaliktad yung flow natin, di ba? So, Rn, based on our formula, that is our resisting moment, is equivalent to mu over rho BD squared. So, equals mu over rho BDE squared. So, meron na tayong Rn, substitute, 377. Mu natin is 240, pero naka-kilonewton meter siya. Kailangan po natin maging Newton millimeter. So, multiply natin sa 1,000 squared para si kilonewton maging Newton and para si meter maging millimeter. Divided by phi. Ang phi na gagamitin natin is moment, no? Bending. So, 0.9 po yung phi natin. So, times 0.9. Then, yung hahanapin natin is si BD squared. So, ang i-type ninyo sa calculator, ibis na BD squared is X. Kasi yung hinahanap natin na value is literal na si BDE squared. So, as 1 siya, kabuuhan. So, pakitype 6.377 time is equivalent to 240 times 1,000 squared over 0.9x. Shift solve. What is the value of our BDE squared? Ipakita ko para mag-gets ninyo yung ibig kong sabihin. Sabi po natin is as 1 kasi siya. So 6.377 equals 240 times 1,000 squared over 0.9, imbis na BDE squared is x. Kasi one entity yung pagkalagay natin sa kanya. So, shift solve. Ayan. 41,816,000. So, mahaba masyado. I-round off na lang po natin para meron naman din tayong choices na binabasehan. So, round off ko na lang yan into millions. So, yes, that's correct. So, that is 41 million 0.8 times 10 raised to 6. Diba? Kumbaga, round off ko siya into 100,000. Okay, so yan yung ating BDE squared. So, saan dito kay letter A, letter B, letter C, letter D, yung merong BDE squared na 41.8 or mas malaki pa. So, ibig sabihin, pag-compute natin ng sari-sariling or individual nila na BDE squared, kapag mas maliit sa nakuha natin, hindi na siya safe. So, ipakita po natin. Ayan. So, gawa natin ng table. So, ito, drawing ko muna ha. So, ito yung base natin, di ba? Base. Ang DE natin, based on our definition, yan, sa gitna ng ating bottom bars, sabi niya dito, 75 mm yung ating bottom fiber papunta sa center ng ating rebar, 75 mm. So, ito yung DE natin. Ito yung total height, H. Gawa natin ng table. Again, yung goal po natin is BDE squared must be greater than 41.8 times 10 raised to 6 para safe siya. So, plus star natin, section. Ayan. 300 by 450 yung first choice natin. 275 by 475 yung second choice. 200 by 500 yung third, and 250 by 400 yung last choice. So, eto yung sari-sarili nilang mga DE. Ito yung kanilang masosolve natin na BDE squared. This is in terms of 10 raised to 6 mm cube. Ito yung remarks natin, kung safe ba siya or fail. Then last is area. Diba? Kapag safe and economical yung pagde-design natin, kung parehas sila safe, same sa steel natin na subject, diba? Kapag puro sila safe, yung pipiliin natin na gagamitin is yung pinakamaliit ang area. Kasi kung sino yung pinakamaliit ang area, siya yung pinakabarato. Okay, so proceed tayo. Height ng ating section 1 is 450 minus 75. So yan yung active depth. No? Obviously, that is 375. Next is 475, yung kanyang total height, minus 75, that is obviously 400. How about this one? 500 yung kanyang total height, minus 75, that is 425. And last one, 400 po yung height niya, minus 75 is 325. Okay, so I will dictate. Paki-calculator po. Sa section na to, what is its BDE squared? Paano kunin si BDE squared? Base is 300. Type sa calculator class, 300. Times DE natin is 375. I-type 375. Then lagyan ng squared. So what is our BDE squared sa section 300 by 450? Ulitin natin. Type 300 times 375 squared. So yung may squared lang is si 375. That's correct. So yung section nito is 42.8 times 10 raised to 6. So ni-round up ko na lang siya ha. Kaysa isulat ko lahat. Pwede mo naman ding isulat lahat. So proceed tayo with this section. 275 times 400 squared. This is 4218 pala. Yan, nakulangan ng 1. Yes, that is, again, 275 times 400 squared is... Yan, that's correct. 44.00 times 10 raised to 6. Third one, what is 200 times 425 squared? Yeah, that's correct. 36.12 times 10 raised to 6. And last one, what is 250 times 325 squared? Ayan, yung pinakamaliit, no? 26.41 times 10 raised to 6. Again, i-compare po natin siya sa allowable natin na BDE squared. First one, 42.18. Then yung ating na-solve is 42.8. Safe ba siya? Hindi, no? Sa kabilang section, ginawa ko siyang safe. Hindi ko kasi nakita yung 8 tsaka 1.8. Diba? Pero pag titingnan mo, hindi po siya safe. Mas maliit si 42.18 kay 40... Ay, sorry. 41, 42. Siyempre, mas malaki. This is safe. No, namalikmata ako. This is safe because 42.18 is greater than 41.8. Ano ba yan? How about this one? 44. Ito is 41. Mas malaki. So, this is safe. Proceed tayo, 36. Pero yung kailangan natin is 41. So, this is failure, not safe. And lalo na to, na section, fail. Hindi po siya pwede kapag ito yung load natin. So, as you can see, class, dalawa po yung safe natin. So, sino sa dalawa yung pipiliin po natin? So, we need to solve for its area. Paki-calculator do, class. What is 300 times 450? Ano yung area ng first section natin? Ayan, 135. 0, 0, 0. How about our second section? 275 times 475. Ayan, pwedeng humabol. 130,625. Kayong mag-decide. Sinong section yung ating safe and economical? Si 300 by 450 or si 275 by 475? Siyempre, hindi na to kasaling dalawa. Failure na yan. So, sino sa dalawa yung ating gagamitin na cross-section. Yes, that's correct. Yung mas maliit yung area, ibig sabihin mas barato. 275 by 475 mm na section. So that is our answer. Yan. This is our safe and economical section. Okay, next, proceed tayo. Save ko muna ha. Baka mawala siya. Next, last question for problem number 1. The number of pieces na kailangan, which is 28 mm po daw na diameter bar yung gagamitin, using Romax, same pa din, if beam width is 275. Okay, so base kanina, na-solve na po natin, di ba? Meron na po tayong MU kanina, 240 kilonewton times meter, or kilonewton meter. Meron na din po tayong RN, kasi yung ginamit natin na raw, di ba? That is 6.377 kanina, tama ba? 6.377. Meron na din po tayong Romax na tension control. Is 0. Hindi ko memorize. Where are you, Romax? Ato. 0.01828. 0.01828. Then, eto, binigyan tayo ng beam width na 275. So, kumbaga, hindi ito yung, hindi ito yung gagamitin na section na. Ang binigay lang po is width. Hindi po tayo binigyan ng depth. So, hindi po natin gagamitin yung result sa number 2 na dimension. Pero yung MU, RN, and Romax, yun ang gagamitin natin. Okay? So, proceed tayo. RN is equivalent to MU over rho BD squared. So actually class, pwede na tayong magdiretsyo kay rho is equivalent to AS over BDE kapag binigyan tayo ng depth or effective depth. Pero hindi po tayo binigyan ng depth. That's why we need to improvise. Wala hindi tayo binigyan ng depth. So, maghahanap tayo ng formula na maiiwasan natin si effective depth kasi hindi naman siya binigay. Okay? So, i-combine natin tong dalawang formulas na to. So, eto, MU. In terms of MU po natin siya, transfer ko po to sa kabila. So, magiging MU is equivalent to RN times rho BD squared. Then eto, improvise ko din, no? In terms of B, again, iniiwasan po natin si effective depth kasi hindi tayo binigyan ng effective depth sa third question. Diba? So, transfer natin siya. Depth, DE. Transfer, then reciprocal, that is AS over rho times B. So, etong DE na na-create ko dito na formula, substitute ko dito. So, magiging MU is equivalent to RN times rho B times AS over rho B. Again, uulitin ko po, kapag binigyan tayo ng DE, eto na kaagad yung gagamitin natin na formula para makuha si AS. But unfortunately, hindi tayo binigyan. So, kinumbine ko silang dalawa para wala ng DE sa formula. Substitute po natin. MU, nakuha na po natin, that is 240. Pero naka-kilonewton meter, we need to multiply that one by 1,000 squared para maging Newton millimeter. Sa kabila, Rn, meron na po tayong Rn, 6.377. Phi, moment po yung ating sinusolve dito, no, flexure, so 0.9 yung phi. Base, binigyan tayo ng base na 275 AS, yan yung hinahanap, divided by rho, max, tension control. Diba? So that is, hindi to subscript ha, para kasi siyang rho balance, rho times B. So 0.01828, paki-calculator po, base natin is 275. Shift solve. What is the area of our steel? Kulang. Dagdagan ninyo ng squared, di ba? D is squared. So may squared po dito. So paki-edit lang po, lagyan ng squared yung open and close parenthesis, then press shift solve ulit. Yes, that is correct. Our area of steel or our area of reinforcing bars is 1,960.283 millimeter squared. Siyempre, hindi po yan yung sagot. Yung hinahanap is number of free bars. So, ang pagkuha sa number of free bars, N is equivalent to our AS divided by our area na isang peraso lang. One piece of bar. So, that is 1,960.283. Area ng circle is pi r squared, pero sa RC po, diameter yung palaging binibigay. So, yung formula natin sa circle, kapag diameter yung binigay is 0.25 pi d squared. So, ilang bars yung kailangan? Investigation, yung ating first problem. Ayan, yung saktong lumabas is 3.184. Diba? Pero take note, yung ginawa or ginamit po natin na raw is maximum. So, bawal na po tayong mag-round up. Again pag mag-design po tayo ng bakal, pag raw mean or raw actual yung ginamit natin, always round up. Pero sa situation na to, yung ginamit po natin is raw max, kasi yan yung pinapagamit sa atin, so baliktad. Round down tayo. Kasi pag mag-round up tayo, wala na. Lumampas na siya kay raw max. So our answer here is 3 pieces. Again, uulitin ko, round down kasi pinapagamit is raw max. Pero pag we are designing raw mean or raw actual, round up po tayo. So we're done with our first problem. So do you have any questions so far? Type no sa ating chat box if wala. So kapag wala, proceed po tayo sa ating last example for today. Parang mali yung no. Dapat none. N-O-N-E. Type none sa ating chat box. Okay, sige. Proceed tayo. Etong kagandahan sa number or sa problem 2 is tayo talaga yung magde-design. Kanina kasi sa problem 1, parang investigation siya. Okay, so start po tayo for our problem number 2. Yes po, I will be sending this PowerPoint na may sulat mamaya sa GC. Same sa ating topic last time. Sige, so a reinforced concrete beam has a width of 300 mm and an effective depth of 618 mm. Compressive reinforcement, if required, will be placed at D'60 mm. FC prime is 28 MPa. FY is 415 MPa. Use 2010, pero same lang po yan kay 2015. So lalagyan ko na, use 2015 NSCP. The beam is to support a factored bending moment of 600 kilonewton meter. May swerte, binigyan na tayo kaagad ng MU. So we don't need to solve for MU na. Phi for flexure is 0.9. So number 1, calculate the steel ratio for a balanced section. So, ayun. Binigyan tayo kaagad. Ang gagamitin po daw natin is raw balance. So number 2, determine the theoretical steel ratio required. So dito, kailangan na talaga nating isolve yung raw actual. Na kailangan din natin siya i-compare kay raw mean and raw max. So number 3, solve for the required area of steel reinforcement, our AS. Then number 4, ilan daw yung number ng ating main bars kapag tension reinforcement. So number 5 naman, ano daw yung ating number of main bars if ang pinapagamit sa atin is raw maximum. 'Di ba? Determine the maximum. So raw max daw yung gagamitin natin. Dito, determine the number. So ang gagamitin natin si raw act or raw mean, depende kung sino yung mag-dominate. Okay, start po tayo. Kay number 1, again, hahanapin lang po natin si raw balance. Based on our formula, where are you? What is the formula for raw balance? Ano natin yan makikita? Ano yung balance? Ito, balance strain condition. Ito. Pwede to, pwede kahit saan dyan yung gagamitin mo. Ito yung gagamitin ko. Raw balance is 0.85 FC prime over Fy times beta 1 times 600 over 600 plus Fy dt over d. Pero cancel out ko lang to kasi one layer lang yung gagamitin natin. Okay, so sulat ko siya. .85, just tell me if I'm wrong FC prime over Fy beta 1 times 600 over 600 plus FC prime. Ay, Fy pala. Plus Fy. Ang problema, yung beta na gagamitin natin, ano yung ating palatandaan? Si FC prime. So FC prime po natin is 28 MPa, 'di ba? So therefore, based on this code, where are you? Ito. Equal to or lesser than 28, ang beta 1 natin is 0.85. Use beta 1 as 0.85. Okay, substitute natin. Ay, hindi. FC prime ba yun? Tama. FC prime. Use beta 1 is 0.85. So, substitute po natin. Raw beta is raw balance is equivalent to 0.85 times 28, paki-calculator po, divided by Fy. Where is our Fy? 415. Beta 1 is 0.85. 600 over 600 plus 415. What is our raw balance? Yes, what is our raw balance? 5 decimal places. Pwede na din yan, no? 0.0288, round up tayo, or 88 2. Ayan, that is our final answer. Lang, pinapahanap lang. Okay, next. Let us proceed immediately with our number 2. Pinahanap yung ating raw actual man or raw minimum, or tingnan natin kung lalampas ba kay raw max. So before natin siya makuha, kunin muna natin si resisting moment. Rn is equivalent to mu divided by phi BDE squared. So sakto, binigyan tayo kaagad ng 600 kilonewton meter na mu. Ba? Saan yun? Where are you? Ito, 600 kilonewton meter. So we need to convert that. Kailangan po naka-newton mm squared. So mag-multiply. Hindi pala. Newton mm lang. So nag-multiply ako ng 1,000 squared para ma-cancel out siya. Okay? So divided by phi, flexural po tayo, 0.9. Base, binigyan tayo 300. So drawing ko lang siya ha. Ito yung beam daw natin. Base is 300. Effective depth. For example, ito yung bakal natin. Hindi na natin alam kung ilan. For example, 3 ha. Example lang yan na figure. DE is 618. Ayan. So, base is 300. Paki-calculator po. DE is 618 squared. What is our Rn? Yes, pwede na yung 3 decimal places. Round up, naka-round up na yan, no? 5.818. Yes, pwedeng humabol. Paki-chat lang sa chat box. Kahit na nasulat na natin. Next, kuha na natin si Rn. So, we need to solve first for raw actual. Formula na is 0.85 Fc prime over Fy times 1 minus square root of 1 minus 2Rn divided by 0.85 Fc prime. Ayun. Substitute natin. Rho 0.85, 28, 415, 1 minus, square root of 1 minus 2, 5.818 over 0.85 is our Fc prime. 28. Yan, paki-calculator. What is our raw actual? 5 decimal places para sure. Yes, that's correct. 0.01635. Siyempre, that is our final answer. Kasi pinapahanap no, determine the theoretical still ratio. Rho act. Pero paghahanapin na natin yung ating gagamitin talaga for our AS, we need to compare, ano ba yan? We need to compare this one to our raw min and raw max. Okay, proceed tayo. Number 3 for our AS. Diba? So we need to compare our raw act to raw min. Ang formula po ni raw minimum kapag singly or pag beam is 1.4 over Fy. Topic natin last time was one-way slab. Yan yung 0.02. 0.002 or 0.018. Pero kay beam is 1.4 over Fy. So 1.4 over 415. What is our raw minimum? 5. 5 decimal places. 0.00337. Very good. Again, anong sabi natin doon? Kapag si raw actual is mas maliit kay raw mean, stop na. You don't need to solve for raw maximum. Kasi obvious na gagamitin natin is raw minimum. Pero based dito sa lumabas, si raw minimum natin is mas maliit kay raw act. So, kailangan po natin kunin si raw max para ma-compare natin kay raw actual. Yan ha. So, kunin natin si raw maximum. Ano yung formula ni raw maximum? Ano kanina? Ito, raw max. 3 over 8. So, that is 0.85 FC prime over Fy beta 1 times 3 over 8. Substitute 0.85, 28, 415, 0.85 ang beta natin times 3 over 8. What is our raw maximum? Yes, pwedeng humabol. That is equivalent to 0. That's correct. 0.1828. Pwedeng mag-type kahit na nasulat na natin. Ayan na. So, compare natin ha. Raw min. Blanco. Raw up. Blanco. Raw max. Tingnan natin kung pasok ba siya. Raw min po natin is 0.00337 which is lesser than sa ating raw act 0.01635 which is also lesser than kay raw max 0.01828, no? Malapit siyang lumampas kay raw max. Redesign sana to. Pero hindi po siya lumampas, so therefore, use. Ang gagamitin po natin is, type daw sa chat box, sino sa tatlo yung gagamitin natin kapag ito yung condition na nakuha natin? Sir, unitless po ba daw si Rn? Ang Rn is Newton per millimeter squared. Hindi yata. Or I think, ano siya? Empirical na formula. Hindi. Rn is stress yata, no? Newton per mm squared. So, MPa. Diba? Kasi kailangan natin ng stress dito na MPa para ma-cancel out, cancel out. Yung rho po yung unitless. Si Rn may unit, si rho yung unitless. Yes, yes. So, rho act. That's correct. Use rho act kapag ito yung condition na nakuha natin. Okay, proceed tayo. Save ko muna, baka mawala. Let us proceed with our last page. So, continue natin na sa next page kasi hindi siya kasya. So, for our number 3, again, ROAC po yung gagamitin natin. Na-solve natin si ROAC 0.01635. So, formula po tayo. AS is equivalent to ROAC BDE. Diba? Recall natin saan yung galing? Ito po. AS equals rho BDE. Depende kung sino yung mag-dominate na rho. So, rho up yung gagamitin natin. So, substitute. AS equals 0.01635. Base natin binigay 300. DE 618. So, what is our AS? So, that's correct. 3,031.29 mm squared. That is our final answer for number 3. So, proceed po tayo kaagad kay number 4. Kadugtong lang po siya, number of 28 mm bars. So, N is equivalent to AS over AB, isang bar. So, 3,031.29 divided by 0.25 pi. Ang pinapagamit na rebar is 28 mm na diameter. So, ilang bars yung kailangan? Then, i-drawing natin para may drawing tayo for number 4. So again, yung minimum na bars sa taas is 2 para meron tayong paglagyan ng stirrups. Yung saktong lumabas muna. Excited, no? 4.923, that's correct. So take note, ang ginamit po natin is raw actual. Kapag raw act or raw mean, kailangan parating round up tayo. So therefore, ang gagamitin natin na number of bars is 5 pieces. Final answer. So kapag i-drawing po natin siya, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ayan. So ganito yung itsura ng ating beam. Diba ang pangit? Ayan siya. So next, number 5. Ayan. So lagyan din natin ng drawing. Ano naman din yung number of rebars sa ilalim kapag yung gagamitin natin is raw maximum. No? Kasi sabi niya maximum number. So raw max yung gagamitin. Raw max. Okay, so AS max is equivalent to rho max times BDE. Sakto, meron na po tayong rho max na na-solve kanina. So yan lang po yung gagamitin natin. AS max. Rho max 0.0 na yun? 1828. 1828. B, yung B natin, base is 300. Natin sa drawing. Yan, sa gitna. It's also 300. Then 618. Yan, hindi pa natin alam. 618. So 300 times DE is 618. So what is our AS max? Drawing ko na agad ha. Pero wala pa tayong number of bars. Ayan. Yes, 3389. 3389.112 millimeter square. Last step, NMAX. Parang motor lang, no? AS max divided by AB1, isang bar. So, ang pinapagamit po sa atin is 28 mm na rebars. So, ang area po ng isang 28 mm na rebars is 0.25 by 28 squared. So, ano yung ating NMAX? Huwag mo nang i-round up or round down, ha? Excited kayo mo. Yes, that's correct. 5.5 504. Round up or round down? Anong gagawin natin? Up or down? Yes, ayan. That's correct. Kasi yung pinapagamit po sa atin is AX max. Yan na po yung sagad natin na area or number of bars. So, hindi tayo pwedeng lumampas. That is round down. 5 pieces. Final answer. So, yung drawing natin is eto. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bakal. So, that's it for today. Again, thank you so much, class, for listening. I hope that you have learned something sa ating topic for today.